right, so we are going to start our project with these flexible plastic garden fences. I got mine at Dollar Tree. Start by cutting the bottoms off of this, and I'm going to secure these two pieces together. Now you can use a variety of things for this. I'm going to be using floral wire for this. We're going to do the same thing essentially on the other side. We still want to maintain that round shape, but we'll get into that in a bit. Take our round piece and see where we need to cut. All right, so now we have this round piece finished. We got our base done. So we're going to move on to our next step, which is creating a top. Take our fourth piece of fence and we are going to essentially be separating it. I'm going to cut down the middle first just to make it a little easier to work with. We're going to get rid of the little spiky guys and the little hoops. So what we're going to do for this part is we are just going to lay them on top of one another and we're just going to secure them in place with our wire. So it's going to become a basket. All right, so now that this is all attached, we are going to add a coat of some of my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white. You can paint this obviously any color you want. And like I said, we want this to kind of look a little rustic, so it doesn't need to be perfectly coated, but we're gonna cover the entire thing. Some twine to my basket in certain areas just to give it like a really nice decorative accent. And also to keep the basket in the position that I want it to be. So now I've wrapped the top and the sides with the twine. So we're gonna take this and we are gonna go put it out on my screened-in porch for where it's gonna live. Pick up one garden border from your local Dollar Tree. Cut the spike bases off of the border fence. Add small black zip ties to attach the wreath form to the border fence. Wrap the border fence with small twinkle lights all the way around. Add greenery of choice around the top of the border fence with hot glue. There you have it, a cheap way to create your own boho-inspired pendant light for your home for less than $10. I hope this inspired you to try this DIY home decor project.
You are going to want to load up on some Dollar Tree fencing and easy care faux flowers. I'm removing the dirt stakes from 2 plastic fence panels by scoring the plastic with an X-Acto knife, then snapping the pieces off. Putting weight on the board, I'm snapping off the pieces with pliers. Now I'm flipping over the 2 fence panels good side down. I'm joining the 4 corners of the overlapped areas with black zip strips, also from the Dollar Tree. I'm placing the joined panels on top of a 3rd fence panel, taking note how much I'll need to create for a bottom. I'm now going to round out the shape of the basket by attaching the bottom to the basket. The bottom is positioned, then zip stripped into place, adding extra straps around the corners for additional support. I mixed up a small batch of acrylic craft paint to create a rust tone. Then I'm dabbing the paint onto the basket in a random way to simulate realistic rust. I'm creating a liner for the basket bottom by placing the basket onto a double-sided Amazon shipping package, then tracing it and cutting it out so it fits the inside of the basket perfectly. Some floral foam from a dollar store is being placed inside the basket. Some green moss I scooped off my lawn is being positioned along the bottom of the basket, good side facing out. Craft moss can be used as well. Sprigs of taller grass is being inserted into the floral foam. Other flowers are being rotated in tone, then inserted into the floral foam around the grass. Now that all the flowers are positioned, I'm able to continue to rotate paper filler with moss until all the sides of the basket are completely lined with moss. The tops of the tall grass is getting unevenly trimmed with scissors to give it a more natural look. And the final result is a gorgeous, realistic flower basket that I never need to water. The rusty iron basket looks like the real deal, and so does the flower arrangement, thanks to the added branches and real moss.
I've always wanted to make my own hanging chandelier for under my porch, so I headed out to my local dollar store and I picked up some of this plastic garden fence. So I picked up 4 of these plastic fences for $1.75, and next I also took a old tomato cage and I cut off the top portion of it, leaving just the bottom ring. Then I took a piece of off-cut welded wire mesh that I had left over from another project and I cut it to fit inside the ring, and then I just bended the wires around the outside of the tomato cage ring. For these corner areas where it doesn't quite fit, I just took a pair of wire cutters, cut off the excess, and then bend it around the wire so that it's attached to the tomato cage. For my fence pieces, I just broke off the pegs that stick in the ground. Again, this is really lightweight plastic, so it's easy to bend and break off. Then I took my first piece and using some zip ties, I tied it around onto the tomato cage, making sure that the zip ties were pulled nice and tight. And I added zip ties every couple of inches so to make sure that my fence was secure around the tomato cage. I added on another piece of the fence using the guide holes on the fence and clicking it into place. And again, working with more zip ties. I had an opening where the two fence pieces didn't quite meet, so I broke off another piece of the fence, worked it in with zip ties, and connected it as well. Once it was all connected and zip tied on, I came in with some Rust-Oleum satin heirloom white paint, and I spray painted the whole piece. Once I let it fully dry, I came in with this black wax from Country Chic Paint and added just a bit of dimension so it wasn't so flat, working it in to almost make it look like rusted wrought iron. Then I took these battery operated fairy lights and I worked them around the outside of the chandelier, wrapping them around. This is a wired fairy light, so I could just wrap it and it would stay in place. And then I also took a battery operated puck light and I secured that with zip ties to the top of my wire fence mesh in the middle, so that I have two options for lighting when I want to use this chandelier. To add some beauty and a more decorative finish, I took these faux white branches and I worked them around the top of the chandelier, just zip tying them on. Since this is going outside, this greenery is plastic, so it is meant to go outside and it will withstand weather and temperature. So once I had that done, this is my finished chandelier here outside under my porch. It is a covered porch, so I'm not worried too much about the rain. But I really love the beauty and elegance that this chandelier adds to my porch. It is low enough that I can reach from the ground to change the batteries or turn the puck light on and off. But if I was going to hang it in a higher space, I would probably get a puck light or battery lights that can be controlled with a remote. That just makes it easier. But for me, this works for my space and I am so happy with how this project turned out. Thank you so much for tuning into Home Talk, and we'll see you on another video. I came across these adorable plastic garden fences at my local dollar store. To begin my project, I took some wire cutters and I cut apart the plastic fence, removing the butterfly portions from the middle. I also picked up some aluminum pie plates for this project, and I'm going to begin mixing up some plaster of Paris. I mixed my plaster of Paris according to the instructions on the packaging, making sure that I mix it very well so that there are no lumps and bumps in the mixture. Once I had it fully mixed, I prepared my pie plate by spreading some cooking oil on a piece of paper towel and rubbing it all on the inside of the plate. Then I poured in my plaster of Paris, and then I picked up the pie plate and shook it around and tapped it on the table just to remove any air bubbles. Next, I took my butterfly pieces and I placed them in the middle of the plaster of Paris mixture, making sure to apply a little bit of pressure and push them down into the mixture so that it comes up through the butterfly wings. I continued doing this with different pieces of the plastic fence to give me different designs and different elements. And to take my project a step further, I used the end of a paintbrush to write out the word welcome in the plaster of Paris on one of them. So I just drew it out with the end of the paintbrush, wiping it off in between, and then add a little flourish. Then I let these set overnight, and then since the cooking oil was in there, they slid out perfectly out of the pie plates. I used my hands just to wipe away any extra plaster of Paris on the front of the stones. I also decided that the welcome needed to pop a little bit, so I came in with a paint marker and I actually just filled in the lines in the divots as well. I left my butterfly pieces in the plaster of Paris, but if you wanted a different look, a more streamlined look, you could take the butterfly pieces out and have just the concrete look. But I actually like the contrast of the dark against the light stone. So once this was all done and they were all set, I took them out to my garden, and here they are, just creating a unique little stepping stone path. This is just a easy idea that you can do with some plastic garden fences from the dollar store. Feel free to get creative with this project. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on another video. Thanks so much for tuning into Home Talk.